All right, good evening, everyone. Hey, we've got Dan joining us here right at the buzzer. Welcome. We are here for the fourth and final round of our single distillery blind flight. Tonight, we're going to pit the winners of the Heavy Hill and Jim Beam and Buffalo Trace flights up against one another. We'll taste through the 6 samples we have in front of us here, get some impressions, and then in the end, collect everyone's ranking and figure out of the 6 which one sits on top. Without further ado here, since we do have a lot of participants tonight, we'll go ahead and get ready. For one, with your first samples here, go ahead and spend a few minutes here with it on your nose, on your palate, make some notes, and then we'll meet back here in a couple minutes for some remarks. Welcome back. Right. Well, Mark, as you are beside me here on the screen, we'll go ahead and start with your remarks.
Quick question. Were we just smelling or were we drinking also?
All of the above.
Well, I'm just now tasting it, confirms it. So it smells like rye. I get spice, anise, caraway, and some lemon on it for the most part. Light color. Palate soft.
It is pretty light.
I get a little bit of vanilla in addition to the citrus I still get in all the anise and caraway. I'll be amazed if this isn't a rye.
All right. Dan, your first impressions.
For me, kind of the same stuff. I got a lot of lemon, citrus. I also got a bit of like pine, wood shavings. It smelled like just wood. And then almost like kind of like when you walk into a barn and you smell like straw and hay. And then really on the palate, it was very fruity. It was like a punch of sweet, and then it kind of faded into like cherry and strawberry.
Yeah.
Didn't really get much spice with it, at least on the palate. And finish was kind of mid. It dropped off after about 10 seconds. And the only spice I got was about right after the finish died away. That's when the spice kind of built up.
Awesome. Great notes. Jason.
Going down through pretty much a lot of things that have already been said. I've got citrus and a little bit of cedar on the nose. as it went down through, it was citrus, white pepper. Those rye notes came through. Lower proof, probably around, I'd say under 100 proof, probably around 90 proof is what this would be. I've got an idea what I think this is, and so I'm gonna keep that for later. So, uh, on it, all the visual characteristics match up to where it's light on the color. Um, the legs on the glass don't cling as long as the others and stuff like that. So uh, I'm I've got a pretty strong grasp on this one.
Excellent. Don.
There we go. Yeah, I thought I had nose at first was caramely, but then it became more floral, perfumey. I thought it had a nice peppery bite on the tongue. It coated the mouth kind of well. The flavor was burning my cheeks a little bit. Tasty notes, it was drying, tannic barrel notes, and then dusty orange zest. But I like this one. It's not bad. A little light color wise. I didn't notice. I'm sitting in a dark basement, but
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's get Jackie's notes here.
Same with a lot of what everybody else has said. Citrus on the nose, maybe some oak. And then the taste, I felt like it started off sweet and then had like a really musty, funky finish.
Josh?
On the nose, I got a lot of pepper and pine. And on the taste, I got like some sweet vanilla. The finish really didn't last very long. It was all right.
All right. Kevin?
Yeah, so basically I got light color, light oak on the smell. And my notes are very similar to everybody else's. I got light red fruits, citrus, cherry. Drinks very light as well. I put it at 90 proof as well. And I have a pretty good idea what I think this one is as well, but it's good opener.
Yep.
Excellent. Jeff?
For me, on the nose, it was at first sweet, and then when I went back to it, I was getting, everyone was talking about wood. For me, it was like a sawdust component, kind of like when you've been in someone's woodworking shop, after they've finished sawing something, that kind of dustiness, almost like a little bit of a burnt wood. On the palate, for me, it was a pretty light body. Hit me just kind of in the front of the palate and then disappeared mid and back of the palate. Kind of a sour sugar sweetness, but definitely got some oak. Towards the mid palate, really was just getting the alcohol, not really much in the way of flavor.
All right. Thank you. And Dan? Oh, you're muted.
I'm muted there. How's that?
Yep.
Much better.
Okay, so like everybody else said, I got some wood on the nose, and it's pretty oaky. The palate was kind of light. Did get some citrus notes, a little bit of vanilla. The finish was kind of short, and it did kind of numb the cheeks a little bit, but not too long.
Awesome. And I really don't have a whole lot to add here. It was kind of fruity on the nose at first, and then I got like a freshly opened box of pencils. Thin, bright, plum, citrus on the palate, medium finish, and it kind of finished out, it kind of astringent. I didn't care for how it wrapped itself up. I'm going to definitely be in that 90 to 95 range, and I definitely agree with Mark's initial. This is probably a rye, and if not a rye, it's very heavy rye in the bourbons department. All in all, on our thumbs-o-meter, where would you put it? Thumbs up, thumbs down, somewhere in the middle?
Whoops.
All right. Well, it doesn't look like it was anything that anyone hated, but...
No. Unless it's $100 a bottle, in which case I'm going to be doing that.
Awesome. Well, let's get into our second sample here. Give it a nose, give it a taste, make some notes, and we'll see everyone here in a couple minutes. All right. Well, that was definitely interesting here. We'll start this one off with Jason's remarks.
How did I know you were gonna go with me first?
Because he had to cough.
Yeah. This one on the nose, I got like a cracked pepper note with it. So it might be a high rye bourbon because this is definitely quite a bit proofier than the first one. I would say we're probably pushing 20 points higher than sample number 1 on this. And there's a lot more bite to it, but it is pretty well rounded with it too. There is definitely more of an oaky note to it. There's a little bit more wood in there, and overall, it's just a really good pour. So we'll go with that.
Excellent. Don.
No, I agree with that. I had on the nose, the first note I picked up was like a fruity chocolate, and I put chocolate caramel fruit. It was sweet but bitey, definitely higher proof, just oaky caramel vanilla goodness. I really like this one.
Awesome. Let's take Josh. Your notes.
On the nose, I got a lot of vanilla, and then it turned into like oat caramel, and like the peanut M&Ms. What it finished with, it was pretty good. I liked it.
Jackie.
On the nose, I got like chocolate and peanuts maybe, and then for the taste, it was very oaky, maybe a little smoky. It almost, I know there's no scotches in here, but it almost reminds me of a scotch.
All right then. Dan, your notes.
Unmuting. So first recommendation I have is don't go to Cooper's Hawk and do a wine tasting prior to doing a bourbon tasting. My palate is all jacked up. This was really astringent when I first sipped it. After the second and third sips, I started getting some kind of caramel and vanilla. I didn't get a lot on the nose, and I don't know if that's just because I've had a lot of wine tonight, but I liked it overall.
Okay, that sometime is.
Wait, hold on. I have a note real quick. Dan, as a hunter, normally we put the arrow on the racks of what we've killed our deer with. Did you kill that deer with a bottle of Maker's Mark?
I did. I got him drunk and took advantage of him.
I've never tried that before. I'll have to keep that one in mind.
Pour hot wax over the nose and suffocate. Yeah.
All right, Jeff, your notes, sir.
On the nose, definitely getting a little of that pepper that Jason was talking about, and almost kind of, I'm not sure what the herb is I'm looking for. I'm getting almost like a Thanksgiving herb. I'm not sure if it's like a sage or something along those lines. Maybe a rosemary, but definitely maybe it's because we're in that holiday season. I'm getting kind of that Thanksgiving, turkey stuffing kind of one of those herbs there. Definitely higher proof, like people have mentioned. Peanut, but then when Josh had mentioned peanut M&Ms, that was spot on the nose. That sweetness kind of coming in with it, and a little lighter sweetness, more than just kind of a chocolatiness. But there is a little of that hint in there too, and the oak definitely coming through on it for me.
Awesome, Kevin.
All right, so my first smell, I got like wet wood. I got like a funky smell out of it. I couldn't really get past that. And then after that, I went into nutty, like unshelled peanuts. Then I took a couple more sips, and it finally opened up. I started getting a little cherry, a little higher proof. I actually want to revisit this one on the way back, and I think it'll be better coming back. But I did like it.
It's amazing how that works. I am glad I am not the only one that started out with kind of a funky, musty nose on it. Just a generically woody nose, and then some of the fruits became slightly apparent on the palate. I definitely first say peanut shells and then kind of toffee, and that made me think peanut brittle, maybe a little bit of pepper in there. Finish spicy and short, and while everyone so far seems to have thought it's proofier, I felt like this didn't have the proof quite so much as the first one, and the first one definitely didn't have much proof to go with. Mark.
The first thing I got on this was fermented fruit on the nose. I got a lot of apple, was the prominent fruit I got from that. Together, some oak, some leather, and I get an ammonia smell like Windex at the end, not overpowering, but kind of light. When I started tasting it, it starts out real like sour on the tip of the tongue, and then it got sweet, almost sugary all through the middle of my tongue and sour again at the back. I catch the leather and the wood. I still get a lot of fruit and apple and that ammonia taste. It's pretty well rounded. I'm going to go about 104 proof on this one would be my guess.
Awesome. Dan, you get to wrap this one up.
So rather than repeating everything that everybody else said, because everything was pretty much said that I had written down, the only thing that I put that was different was this reminds me a lot of a Payday. Just caramel, peanuts, both on the nose and on the palate and on the finish. If I had to guess, this is either Jim Beam or Heaven Hill.
All right, then. Everyone's impressions here on this this pour here?
Well, nothing's bad.
Yeah, I mean, everything here won
about
in
that.
a previous flight, so hopefully we don't have any of these.
How did they do that last time?
I don't know how you did that, but you made your dude thumbs up. Very neat.
I was doing like, I forget how I did it last time, but anyhow.
Well,
Was it your iPhone?
Yeah.
Shooting off things? Yeah.
Neat. Well, let's move on to sample 3 here, and I'll see you all here in a couple of minutes. All right, and we're back. Well, Dan, you're already unmuted, so we'll go ahead and get started with you.
This one here is very confusing to me. I've gotten a couple different flavors. I've gotten vanilla and some chocolate. The nose, I have nothing. I'm picking up a little woody flavor or notes on the nose. It's really short lasting. It doesn't last long on the palate. And I don't have a whole lot to say about this.
All right. And sometimes that's all you have to say. All right. Jackie, let's get your notes.
I agree. I didn't get much on the nose. I thought maybe some sort of fruit, but couldn't quite figure that out. But that does not follow through with the taste at all. I got like just straight peanut shells. That's what it tastes like.
Amen.
Josh.
Yeah, I wrote mine down before her, but I got peanuts. I think she copied me.
I did not look at his. Thank you very much.
You're allowed. Come on.
No, I got peanuts all the way through.
All right. Dan.
Exactly what they said. This is probably my least favorite of the night because it just tasted like I was waiting in line at Texas Roadhouse pre-COVID, eating peanut shells, eating peanuts out of the things.
All right,
but
then.
I will say it was very thin. There was no viscosity really to it, but it did actually have a spicy finish where it stayed around more so than the other two.
All right. Let's get Jeff.
Yeah, the nose is hard for me to define. Definitely kind of a savory note, but I'm not sure exactly where to put it. The taste, I do get the peanuts. The finish for me was I was getting like an acetone off of it, and that's probably just the proof coming through a little bit on that for me.
All right. Let's get Don.
Yeah, I was with a lot of you guys on this. I didn't get a lot on the nose. I thought it smelled fine, a little sweet, but this one I got more of the funky dark fruit note on this one. A lot of peanut on it, but I liked it. I have this as number 2 right now. I think I like this one.
Excellent. Mark.
So yeah, I thought I'd broken my nose on this one because I couldn't smell anything. It just it smelled like nothing. You know, eventually I got a little musty. There's some kind of fruit. It's not strong enough for me to tell what the fruit is. And peanut shells. Okay, it's kind of what I got. And then overall, the taste, I mean, it's just soft. You know, there's nothing overwhelming. There's heat, but that's about it. I get a little cherry and vanilla, but it is hot on me. I'm going to say it's mid to upper 100, maybe 105, 110. My least favorite.
All right. I definitely, everyone who's saying they felt their nose was broken, I am 100% in your camp here. I smelled it, and I smelled it, and I smelled it, and I'm like, okay, kind of smells toasty. Maybe there's some pepper notes. Taste, vanilla, mint, young wood, and then after it marinated on my tongue for a little bit, roasted peanuts. Like, not even salted roasted peanuts, just roasted peanuts. Finish, moderate and drying. I'm going to put the proof mid-hundreds. Don't love it, don't hate it. Jason.
Yeah, so on this one here, it was almost like a when you got you're doing a campfire and you've got green wood that you're trying to burn, and it's giving off that funky smell with that. There was almost like on the very back end of it, there was almost a log or swampy nosing on there. I think that's the peanut note that everyone's picking up. Peanut, wet peanut shells. Somebody trying to burn peanut shells. That's all I can get out of that. It clings to the palate in a, I I guess, a bad way. It doesn't want to go away, but there's not much to it, I guess is the best way to put it. So, like everyone's flavor notes and everything like that they're talking about, it's like, yeah, there's nothing special about it, but it's proofy. So, yeah, we'll see.
All right. And we're on to Kevin.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yep.
It's funny. I wrote the same things down. Hard to tell for the smell. I got the classic oak smell. But on my tasting note, the very first sip I got was the sweetest red fish with proof. And I wrote, my jam, I want more. I don't know. I guess I just agree with Donna. I think me and Donna are on the same page on this one. I liked it a lot. So.
Excellent. Oh, well, who did we just lose? Well,
Jeff. No. Hey, Jeff.
Hopefully,
oh, no, he's there.
Yeah.
We lost Mark.
Well, hopefully we get Mark back here. Everyone on your, I would say, yeah. Okay. Dan's very definitive there. All right.
Yeah, I didn't like that one.
Hey, fireworks!
Look at that.
I knew I had let's try. Hold on.
Oh, no.
Oh, there it goes.
Oh, it was going green.
Like I'm watching Brock Lesnar walk out.
Oh, yeah. All right.
So, yeah, we'll go with this one.
Well, I was hoping that just a moment or two here we'd have Jeff rejoin us, but or not Jeff. Wow, Mark rejoin us. But let's go ahead here and get into sample 3.
4.
4, yes, sample 4. I'm like, no, we just had 3.
Drunk.
Hey, it's 9:30 on a Saturday.
And we're 3 pours in.
Absolutely, and it's delicious. On to the next. Well, first, Mark, welcome back. We're glad you could rejoin us.
Yes, my wife decided it was a good time to restart the router.
I mean, if it's malfunctioning, the best thing you can do is turn it off and back on again, right?
Yeah, well,
Is she
I'm
trying
on.
to tell you something, Mark?
What's that?
Is she trying to tell you something?
I don't know. Maybe I'm using my
bourbon for the
hotspot now, so I dare her to try to knock out my hotspot.
All right. We can start this one off here with Jeff.
Let's see. Yeah, the nose, I don't know if it's just because I'm into port 4, but I wasn't not getting much on the nose on that one. But on the palate, I was getting it's definitely some corn, but on the finish, almost like a melon or a melon rind and some like a grassy note to that was kind of what was coming across for me.
Excellent notes. Kevin.
It's funny you say that because I wrote down a little. I mean, the color's a dark color, but I got like a very mushroom smell. And if anybody knows me, I don't like mushrooms. I got a little earthy on the nose. And then when I drank it, I wrote down creamy proof, bad aftertaste. I wrote 118 proof. So far, it's my least favorite.
All right. On the nose, I remarked that it was extremely vegetal. It kind of had a old cut grass smell, like you let it set in the compost for a little bit, and it's not quite breaking down, but it definitely has that not fresh cut grass, but old cut grass smell. Spicy, fennel fronds, a bit bitter on the nose, or not on the tongue. Finish was definitely long and grassy, and I definitely agree with Kevin. It is my least favorite of what we've had so far. Dan.
Oh, me, Dan.
Dan.
Yeah, I'm confused too. Yeah.
So I agree with everything. I had a lot of question marks here where I put can't determine, but on the nose, I got hotel hot tub. Like,
oh, gross.
That's all it reminded me of. I'm in a hotel, I'm in a hot tub, and it's like when you have the jets going, whatever that smell is, that was what the nose was for this.
Semen and chlorine.
Delicious.
Sorry.
No, I mean, honestly,
it's a very descriptive smell.
Everything above this, I did not like. I still have the taste in my mouth. I'm going to taste something else to get rid of it. But it had the best mouthfeel out of all of these. So it's got that one thing going for it.
All right. Let's get Jason on here.
So yeah, I got kind of a yeasty note with this. To me, this seems like it's not like it's actually young on it, but it is. There's some characteristics in this one in particular that are young leaning. It's probably actually an older aged bourbon, but it is. There's some off-putting characteristics in this that is. It's interesting because this actually placed in the top 2 of a round, so I'm interested to see what this is.
All right.
Well, if I can hop in for a second, Dan's note put me right in mind with where I was coming with the melon and grass finish, and he said like a hotel hot tub mildew. That's kind of what that comes across to for me as the finish, and that your description put that right in my head, and that's what I was trying to come up with earlier.
Awesome revision.
Makes me not want to go into a hotel hot tub ever again.
So this one was kind of confusing to me. I've never tasted carrot when I tasted bourbon, but for some reason I keep getting a carrot flavor like as soon as I taste this. It does kind of last kind of long on the tongue, kind of numbing. I would say this is probably 115, 119 proof. I don't hate it. It's something strange about it. Like I can't put my foot on it.
Well described. Let's get Jackie's remarks here.
So at first on the nose, I got caramel, so I got excited, and then I tasted it, and it was terrible. I don't even know. It just burned and tasted like acetone to me. So
way to take the gloves off. Josh?
Yeah, I'm really curious on this one because I got what everybody else got. I wrote down grass and dirt. It's just weird. This made it into a top 2.
All right,
because
then.
4 was so good, or 3 was so good. Yeah.
Don?
So this must have been in a top 2 of the ones that I was on because I love this one. I don't know what you guys. I on the nose at first. I got vanilla, confectionery sugar cookie. It was a burn that lasted forever. It was very earthy, but I thought it was delicious. And my wife's sitting next to me, and she tasted it, and she, as soon as she said it, it did not go away. She said skin of an apple, like just that apple skin. I think this one is delicious. I really like this one.
All right.
Okay,
Well,
So it's my fault. I'm sorry, guys.
We're saving the rest of this bottle for Don.
Let me know what it is so I can go get it.
It's probably the B Gold.
Mark,
Oh, am I up?
it's your turn.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I didn't get much nose off of this one either. I just got a lot of heat. I got some vanilla solvent, and I got a little bit of cherry at the end. And then once I started drinking it, I got a little more cherry, but a lot of hot. And I did get the melon. It's kind of like a cross between a muskmelon and a honeydew melon. Not the good parts of the melon, the not so good parts of those two melons. Kind of back on the back of my tongue, and everything was kind of thick on that one. So, you know, I just, it's not for me. I'll give Don my share.
All right, then. Well, I think I know where we're going to see our thumbs go on this one. There's going to be one exception to the rule, I think.
Thunderstorm. Let's go Thunderstorm.
I like Josh's face now, by the way.
Yeah. Sorry about that, Josh.
Yeah.
All good.
I call dibs on the rest of this bottle, whatever it is.
I don't
Josh
know
is
if I can
getting
move
cuter
you
all
all
the
around.
time there.
Hey, there we go.
Called
So
you
we
out.
get to see your smiling face. All right. So, aside from Don, this was not the most popular selection in the world.
Well, we also get to revisit it coming back. So.
Absolutely. Let's get some respite here. Move on to sample 5. Make some notes and see where we sit. Well, that was different. Dan, in the top right corner, Dan. Let's get
Me.
your notes first.
All right, this one was pretty actually simple. My nose, I got apple, pear, caramel, and honey. Honey being like the undertone. But on the palate, the only thing that I got was like around Halloween, if you got those green apple suckers, that's what it tastes like.
Yep.
And then finish drops off really, really quick, but it's like cooked apples, like almost like apple pie filling, but then it's just gone.
All right then.
Kind of proofy, a little over 100, I'd say.
Perfect. Mark, let's get some notes.
Yeah. With this one, as soon as I smelled it, it's just sweet apple. It kind of reminded me of number 2 in some ways. It had some of the same simple notes, but number 2 seemed to be more complex. So I'm going to be interested to know if 2 and 5 come from the same distillery. Once I started drinking it, it's really smooth. There's like a lot going on, but not a lot going on. It's kind of simple at the end. It's just really, really blended. Nothing really jumps out at me other than apple. That's what I get.
All right. Jeff, you're up.
Yeah, the apple I definitely get. I had noted on the aroma kind of fruit, like a young, almost unripe kind of a fruit. Definitely not a cooked or stewed fruit. The palate, I was getting kind of that apple skin, a little cinnamon, definitely kind of a honey sweetness, but a very mild taste overall. Even with the proof, with not super high, but definitely higher than some of the others we've had.
Excellent. I definitely got the nose, was pretty light, sweet, not a lot of wood going on there, very fruity. Taste, first thing that hit me was like pistachio nuts and flaky honey. It made me think baklava. Had a light burn at the back, but not nearly as proofy as our last sample. The finish wasn't remarkable. It wasn't long, but it also wasn't off-putting. I'm not upset by this at all. Jason.
So I got red delicious apples on the nose with butterscotch and honey. And then on the palate, I got honey, vanilla, caramel, cinnamon. And then I wrote down Cracker Barrel's fried apples. And then and then at the very end of that, there was a soft leather. It just reminded me of soft leather, not like on a taste or anything like that. That's just kind of what I felt like going in through it. So, as everyone else has said, probably just above 100 proof on this. It's a definite different turn of events from the last one. So I'm liking where this one's going.
Awesome. Let's get Dan's notes.
So it was kind of light on the nose. I got some fruity smells. The first taste, I got apple peel. Definitely picked up some kind of pear. Pear and apple was kind of my big ones. The finish was kind of it was definitely short, but it was pretty tasty. I liked it.
All right. Don.
I really like this one. I actually wrote my favorite smell, but then I went back and smelled the one I have in first place, and that one beat it. Funky green apple, pretty mellow, and then I wrote mellow apple. Lower proof, it feels like 6 out of 10 would drink again. I like this one. Apple notes across the board. I don't know what it is, but it's good.
All right. Josh.
I got like a tea note on the nose, and then like a smoky oak taste and finish. It's my number one so far.
Wow.
Excellent. Jackie?
I couldn't figure out what I was getting on the nose at first, but now that everybody said apple and I went back and now I can definitely get the apple. And then the taste, I got a lot of the caramel, and then there's like a little bit of like a musty, almost like it's an older whiskey. I don't know if that's maybe like kind of like that apple peel type mustiness almost. So maybe that's right there. I like this one the most. So
Excellent. And Kevin,
I wrote down, is my nose broken on this? I put down like I wrote down back to good. I wrote down a little bit of apple. I got like a little powdered sugar, but it wasn't much. It was just like a very. So I think somebody hit it on the head with like I forget what apple, like an apple pie or whatever somebody said, like hit that on the head. But I kind of agree with the group. I put this in one of my, probably right in the middle, 2, 3, probably 3-ish right now on the first go round.
excellent. All right. Well, now we've all weighed in here. Show of thumbs. Where do we place this? All right. We seem to have a bit more positive uptake on that one than we do on some of the others, but nothing remarkably impactful. Let's round out sample 6 here, get some tastes in here, and then we'll take some time, go back through, and figure out where everyone wants to place their sample. Oh, I'm lost. I have no idea what to pull out of the nose on this.
No. Thank you.
For lack of a better term, it smells meaty, actually. Like, Joe would love this. It kind of smells vaguely of barbecue to me.
Yeah.
Bitter pecans, toffee candy, pecan shells, peanuts, a little salinity on the taste. Finish long, low. It doesn't hang around, and it's not astringent, but it's also not sweet, and it doesn't make me want to drink more. Kevin, your notes.
I knew you were going to choose me. So anyhow, I wrote down love and hated it at the same time. And I got like pepper. I got, it's probably the proofiest, and 128. It's like I like it, and then I don't. And it's very interesting. It's one of the darker ones by far. But yeah, I didn't really write down a lot of notes. I just had a hard time with this one.
All right. I don't blame you. Clearly, I was confounded. Jeff?
Yeah, it's definitely darker. Getting kind of some of those baking spices, like more of a clove maybe on the nose. Jamie noted a floral note for her, and I can certainly see that there. On the palate, higher proof for sure. I get, whereas before on the one as that Josh had mentioned, and I definitely agreed with the peanut M&Ms. On this, it's more of a chocolate covered peanut for me. I'm definitely getting peanut and chocolate, but it's more. It doesn't have that lighter sweetness to it that the peanut M&Ms does, but more of like a darker chocolate covered peanut for me.
Awesome. Jackie?
I feel like my nose is broken tonight or something because I can't really get much off of it. But for the taste, got maybe like caramel and butterscotch, and then it seemed to have a long finish. I liked this one. It wasn't anything super special, but I liked it more than some of the others.
All right. Josh?
Yeah, on the nose, I got like a sweet oak. And then the taste, I got like a, I don't know, almost like a candy apple taste. It's kind of complex to me. I'm not really sure.
All right, then. Jason?
So on this one, started off on the nose a little bit malty, yeasty, bready. Then it went to more of a pine note, and then finished off with like more of like a earthy, mushroomy note on it. Not mushrooms, but like more of that earthy note with it. Then on the palate, I got more of like a condensed, sweet, sugary note with it, almost like soda syrup or whatever, but then the caramelized barbecue note came through, and it pushed through heavily, and it's definitely proofier, it's darker, it's got longer legs on the glass. It's very much probably one of the proofiest ones we've got here tonight. So
Yeah, for sure.
Excellent. Dan?
Yes, Dan. So
Surprise.
yeah, so I was having trouble like on the nose. I got kind of sour. Then I almost got like dill spice. It was weird. So then once I tasted it, like I kind of got a chocolatey note, and I really liked kind of the mouthfeel. It kind of coated everything, and it was very viscous. I really think this is in my top 2 right now. I really liked it.
All right. Someone with a remarkable opinion upon something. That's what we needed. Dan?
All right. This is the one I like the most, and you can tell.
Oh, wow. You don't even need to revisit that.
Yeah. This was the most complex by far.
Must be a Dan thing.
I mean, for me, it had the best nosed. I ran out of room on my paper. I wrote complex. So I had candied nuts, like almost like toasted pecans, like the ones you get like from Buc-ee's, like a glazed donut, caramel spice, like baking spice, reminding me of like Christmas, Thanksgiving desserts. A lot of brown sugar, oak, lots of oak. It was the most viscous by far of all of the 6 samples. And again, a lot of the stuff that I got on the nose, I actually got on the palate. And the finish, this was the longest of them all. It really coats your tongue and actually like the sides of your mouth. Like I'm still tasting it now, and it's still in there. A lot of dark sugars. I think I know what this is potentially, but this is also my favorite of the night.
Awesome. Don?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm in trouble. This one changed the most out of all of them for me. At first, I did not care for it. It was super. It smelled super proofy. I did not like it at first, but then it started to get more fruity. I started to get more peanuts out of it. it was very drying at first, but then it changed. This one became a lot more sweeter, a little more peanuts. And now I'm also empty. It's got a nice proof to it. I mean, it doesn't drink super high. It's not drying anymore. Coats the mouth well. Just whatever this is, it's good. And the problem is so my top 3, I don't have any more left.
It's funny. I wrote love and hate at the same time, and I think that's kind of what you started with too.
Yeah.
All right, Mark, your remarks.
Yeah, when I started smelling it, it's complex. There's so many different smells in there. It was hard to pull something out. Eventually, I got some mild vanilla and toffee and some wood. And at the very end of it, I got a little bit of banana, not strong, but a little bit of banana at the end. And when I tasted it, there was like an instant of heat, and then it really just faded. And kind of a lot of the same flavors, add a little brown sugar and a little peanut. But it was really thick. Whatever it is, it hangs onto your tongue, the smell, the taste as it goes through. I like it. I don't know if it's my favorite because, again, I'm running out of stuff. But it's definitely in my top half as opposed to the bottom half.
I definitely revisited it after I've been sitting here. And I totally, I started with barbecue and it wrapped up as when you finish barbecue with sauce, which is a sometimes thing, and you get the slightly carbonized brown sugar notes on the grill from the barbecue, that is totally what I get on the nose.
Yep.
Show of thumbs, obviously. The Dans are here. I'm two thumbs.
2 thumbs. If you have more of this bottle, save it for me, please.
Hopefully it isn't the one that was the limiting factor.
It's just old Grandad 114. You can get it on the shelves.
If it's OGD 1114, I
should be super happy.
I mean, I've been
start questioning your entire existence.
Exactly. Yeah.
Or Baby Saz, but that's probably not this one.
All right. Well, obviously everyone's got a lot to mull over. Some people still have some samples, take some tastings, get a ranking. For those that haven't done this before, you are going to rank them 1 through 6, 1 being your favorite, 6 being your least favorite. I'm going to collect the samples, and then by golf score, the lowest score will be the winner of the event. As you're toasting here, feel free to have some conversations, make some responses, and
I
wrap it up soon.
Can I just say I love these because I looked over the list of what all we had. I was only in one of these. I have no idea what they are.
Yeah.
I love these so much.
It's my favorite activity.
It's so good.
Well, outside the Advent calendar, which
true.
By the way, Advent calendar and
it's on the way.
Evan's birthday party. Christmas party's coming up on December 6th.
Did you already plan our shooters trip?
Oh no, I haven't. Dan's got all my guns, so
we'll go after Kevin's birthday party.
yeah. That'll turn out well.
Recommended before.
We should probably go before the birthday party.
Before.
Or 2 days after when we sober up.
That's true.
If anybody has any luck on number 1, I get sweet tart now.
On which one?
Number 1.
All right, let me go back. See, this is that weird thing because, all right, I'll say it. Number 1 I have as last, but is it because I tried it first? You know?
Yeah.
It's always tough to judge. I hate putting a number to something when you first try it.
Yeah.
It's going to be Bernheim barrel proof, which I love. Watch it.
These definitely changed on the way back.
Yeah, I'm going to be interested.
So good now.
Every time I've tasted Bernheim barrel proof, I haven't liked it, so I'm going to be interested to see what it
really?
There's a reason I just don't like it.
Maybe.
So I'm new to this, so I didn't start saving any until the 3rd bottle. So
no, don't worry about that, Dan. So Dan, what I do right? I put all 6 in a line. And then let me see if I can change my settings here. Maybe a little bit. So what I do is I put all 6 in a line, and then as I start drinking them, I put, which ones I like the last, right? So maybe save some if you think you're gonna go back, but as soon as I drink it, I set it down, and I drink the next one, and I'm like, okay, where was that from these two, and so on and so forth. So
yeah, I was
if you
pretty
don't save
unprepared.
some, I have just a little bit of one left because it was my least favorite.
I just try to save half of my bottle.
Yeah.
So I can burn. I only pour half into the.
See, I would love to do that, but then my wife comes down and wants to try them, so I'm like, okay.
Oh, you need to buy 2.
I was just.
Start buying
We need more ladies, Don.
She just doesn't want me on camera. That's all it is. I'm just gonna go like this randomly. Oh, she's not down
So
here.
we need to get an in-person blind flight scheduled for January.
That would be fun.
I think we just need to get the ladies' night going again. I'll start to send Megan up there.
Yeah.
He identifies as a female.
That's true.
Right.
Okay, my last is still last.
We should do another blind flight swap like we did before. That was fun.
Well, that was what I was thinking with the in-person.
Yeah, January, because that won't cost us any money.
I mean, it's money you've already spent.
Yeah. Wow, that one changed. So now I get the nuttiness you guys were talking about on that one. I never got that until my 3rd time through it.
Which one?
I have that as my number 1.
I'm keeping that to myself.
Yeah, I'm just gonna.
Oh, that might have changed from my number 1 to my number 2. Look at the viscosity on that. That's clinging.
Oh, just so you guys are aware, I tasted the hot tub water again, and it's still hot tub water.
Oh yeah, it's still my last.
Was that number? Which one was that? 4?
4.
Yeah.
4.
The semen and chlorine.
Oh, bad.
That better be the one.
Doing cantaloupe rind. Oh, it's my favorite.
It's probably the easiest one to find. Remember last year we did this for Buffalo.
Don,
Trace
if you picked that as number
Colonel
1
Taylor
for something, we can't be friends. That's so bad.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Dan, before you make any definite commitments on that, just remember he is the dungeon master. So
that's true.
He controls those D20s.
Don, just remember the American whiskey I donated for you, and
I have not been up there yet, so.
Oh my god.
Not the worst things that I've ever had. There you go.
All right. I changed my 1 and 2 around. Whoops.
I can't. I drank all mine as I went through, so I'm stuck with my initial settings. So.
I did change my 1 and 2 around. I saved a little bit for my 1 and 2. I changed them around. I got my list. I'm ready to.
You don't like 1? You don't like 1 because usually we're on the same page.
No,
I'm not a fan of 1.
It was my 2, but it just moved to 1.
Really?
I'm ready.
That's
My
my number 4.
Your last 1 moved to 1 for you?
Yeah.
My
My
wife
mother's
made a
drinker.
prediction about it. I'm gonna write it down. She's
Yeah,
got
pretty
two
good.
predictions.
It
I
better
feel
be
pretty
baby
confident
Saz. That's
I
easy
can
to find.
identify what number 1
Did you
is.
say? Wait, hold on, Kevin. Did you just say number 1 should be Baby Saz?
So yeah, I can just get it. It's like $25.
So you can just get it?
bucks.
Oh yeah, it's pretty obvious what 1 is. Yeah.
All
I
right.
didn't
Well,
want to freeze Blanton's
Butter.
gold.
On number
is
5.
gonna be
everyone
Blanton's.
locked in?
It's gonna be Heaven Hill Select Stock.
I like
locked
all
in.
these. To be honest with you, I like all of them except for number 4.
That's the thing you got to remember. It's the top 2 of the 3 that we've had. They're all good.
I know they're all good.
I'm-
I mean,
I'm
most of
locked
my
in
1, 2,
and
3,
ready to
4, 5 are all the same.
4 is not good.
This cup of water, number 1.
You know, I
Hot tub.
wish I
Oh, I
had
just
more
drank some hot
so
tub
I
water.
could. I wonder
All
what
right,
number
water.
4 would do.
Is anyone
Number
not
4
set
would
it?
do if we added water to it.
Oh, I
All
didn't
right,
do
are we
that.
good to go? I'm good to go.
Anyone not set?
I'm good.
All right.
That's really
Jackie,
nutty.
let's start
3
with
is
you.
nutty.
You love nuts.
Kevin, are
Pour with
you?
a little bit of water. It's dusty nuts.
These
He
nuts.
loves dusty nuts.
Dusty nuts.
All right, Jackie, give me your picks, starting with your favorite.
5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Bless you.
All right, Josh.
6, 5, 2, 1, 3, 4.
Wait, do their votes each count half?
No, they're equally as voting.
So we've got 10.
All right, Daniel Nichols.
6, 5, 2, 1, 3, 4.
We have the same.
Kevin.
1, 3, 2, 5, 6, 4.
4 is getting its butt.
All right, Jason.
It's probably the Blanton. Hopefully, it's the Blanton's gold.
6, 5, 2, 1, 3, 4.
Don.
6, 2, 4, 3, 5, 1.
Ooh.
1. Come on, Don. What's up?
Jeff.
6, 2. Although I'll with a caveat that was probably my favorite nose. 1, 5, 3, 4.
Ooh. We're almost the same.
4 is probably. It's got to be that.
I want to sneak in here, Jeff. 2 was definitely my favorite nose.
Yeah, it just had that kind of like
2 is the worst.
peanut M&Ms. When you threw peanut
no.
M&Ms, Josh, that was. I keep going back and getting it, and I love it.
Other Dan.
6, 5, 3, 4, 1, 2.
That's the best 4's done so far.
And Mark.
Yeah.
2, 6, Omaha. Wait, no. 1,
Peyton Manning.
5, 3, 4.
Well, Don, I'm sorry, but it appears that number 4 has not done well.
No.
It's all right.
to
It's
be
number
able
3 for
to-
me. Middle of the pack.
To tabulate the results, for the record, I was 1, 6, 3, 5, 2.
We're closer.
4.
Yeah, me and Don are closer. Or me and
This has
Will
been
are closer.
all over the place, and what an interesting. I'm excited.
Me and Will are usually pretty.
With
Should
the,
we do a bottle guess in the
Me and
private
Will are
chat
pretty
where we all
close.
hit enter at the same time and see?
no,
what we all
after I
think?
tabulate it, we can do some bottle calls, whatever.
Okay.
Yeah, so he'll go. So he'll go number 1, right? Or we'll start from lowest to highest. You can choose what you want. What do you
I
think
hope number
X
1.
bottle call is, right?
I think
Are we all
number
just chiming in?
4. I think number 4.
Well, hold on, just
is
wait,
the,
just wait.
Foolproof.
Just wait.
Okay.
Jump in the
I
gun.
don't like it.
Continue to talk.
While he's
do the math.
tabulating everything,
We'll do
let's
some
see,
advertising. We'll do some.
What
advertising.
announcements do I have? So December 6th is a Friday. That is going to be our Christmas
Kevin's
party
birthday party.
at the lounge. Yep. If you have not said whether
It's
you're
a
going
white-
or not on our Facebook event, please do so we know how much food to bring. If you guys are coming, think about bringing a side dish, cookies,
Right.
desserts, whatever you want to do. I mean, it's going to be a good time.
White elephant. About
Kevin gonna be there?
$40.
What's that?
Is Kevin going to be there?
Kevin is going to be there. It's his unofficial,
Well,
official
I won't be
birthday
able to-
party. So
I can't make it.
Hey Don, what are the rules on the white elephant?
Yeah.
I don't know that we have an official rule yet. I think last year we did $25 maximum. We're going to get together soon. We'll set something up and we'll set out a list of everybody that wants to do it, so that way we make sure we have an even amount of everybody that like we did last year. I'm sure that we're going to do a silent auction like we did before. We've got extra bottles and stuff like that. So everything that we did last year, we're going to try and do again. But yes, we are going to do a white elephant this year. We'll set a rule limit of $25.
I thought we were looking around 40.
You were looking around 40.
That would
No,
be-
Joe was looking around 40.
Don,
He's
if you
like,
could
"Hey,
make sure that
No,
our
see,
letters
the
are
problem
communicated
is
through
last
Discord,
year
too, 'cause
we
I know
said
my wife and I
the
will
problem-
be there.
The problem is last year we said $20 and nobody followed that rule.
yeah." So I say we do 20 to fucking whatever you want to do.
Yeah, whatever you want to spend. But yeah, so
Yeah.
we're gonna get together. We'll set something out here soon. But December 6th, that Friday, will be the day of our Christmas party. We will do White Elephant. There'll be a silent auction. Maybe we'll do a 50-50 or something again. I think we did that last year, but that'll be coming up soon. If you have not picked up your advent calendars yet, they are all ready to go at the Whiskey Lounge. Please go in, grab your kits or grab your bottles. Make sure you check yourself off the list so we know who has gotten and who has not. I don't know what else we got.
Executive members,
What
I
are-
will be there between 1 and 4 tomorrow.
The D&D campaign, when's that?
Okay, Dan, chill. All right.
Are we doing game night in
It'll
December?
be-
Yeah, because the game night is on the first Friday. So are we gonna push it to the first Saturday, or what do you guys want to do for game night?
If you guys do the 13th for game night, not that you can't
we could
do it, I
do-
won't be there. I'll be.
Well, I'll get something out soon. So I want to make sure that this is okay. So now, I mean, I don't know who's watching this or who's going to watch it later, but I'll get something out soon about the D&D. I think we already have about 5 people that are willing to play. If we can get one more, that'll be cool because I know a guy that might not make it all the time.
This is outside the regular game night.
Austin,
Yeah,
Don.
I feel
Yeah.
certain if you need somebody, my son would love to play.
Okay.
Last
Josh,
game
are
night,
you interested?
Yeah.
last game night was phenomenal.
All
by
right,
the
then
way.
we're set. This will be outside the regular game night. I think we're gonna try and do this once a month. We'll figure out a time that works best for everybody. Between Dan, Will, Kevin, Jeff, myself, we're gonna look to do like a D&D campaign once a month whenever we can find time for everybody. Doesn't need to be consistent. It's just, hey, let's get together on a Friday, Saturday. We'll get together and play. So, Josh, congratulations. You're our last member.
Wait, do
Yeah,
I
by the way.
get to play?
If you want to come out, we'll figure it all out, Jackie. If you want to come play, it's not a big
Okay.
You
deal.
can be my familiar.
We don't really know what we're doing in general, so
No, you guys did great the last time we all played, and that's the thing. Is just like I wanted to set that one up. It's just like a one-off, get people introduced. It was a good time, and now that like I said, we're hitting the new year. I was talking to Dan and Kevin and Jeff, and I was like, let's get something going on that we can do outside of the game night. Game night was fun. We had a lot of Josh showed up. Dan showed up. That was like his second or third time
what's it
there.
called? Guns and Money or whatever. That was a
Oh, yeah, that was
blast.
great.
Like Guns and Money.
Yeah, it was a good time. So this will be outside of our game night. We're looking to set something up. The other thing I wanted to mention, what I am looking to bring to the table for next year is whoever shows up on Whiskey Wednesday going forward, or starting January, I'm going to start bringing stuff to the lounge. And if you guys want to be a part of it, awesome. If not, no big deal. What I would like to do is we're like pushing 400 bottles at the lounge. I want to pick a bottle randomly off the shelf, get a few people together, and let's just do like some reviews, right? There's so many bottles out there that, I mean, we got the Evernorth that's been coming in. I know I keep hyping up the Buffalo Chip that Matt brought in from Minnesota. There's so many bottles. So coming up, that's something I would really love to do starting in January.
Magnolia.
If you guys are out Whiskey Wednesday, let's just grab a random bottle off the shelf. We'll learn a little bit about it, do some tastings, and just start putting out some videos. So, but yeah, that's all I've really got for December 6th Christmas party. Look out for some more information coming up on that.
All right. Well,
All right. Well, I've got the results tabulated. I've located my key.
Are you going?
So, are we ready for some
first or
results?
First to last.
So,
Wait, you're going first to last or last to first?
last to first.
yeah.
Okay. Dun, dun, dun.
So, Don, I regret to inform you that sample number 4.
That's fine.
Okay.
That was my number 3.
Yes, it was. It is the least popular.
Okay.
It is
You're gonna name it
Sixth
too at
place
the same
with
time.
55 overall points.
It's a Bernheim full proof.
Yeah.
What is it?
It is the Bernheim.
Yeah.
Wow.
See, that
B923.
justifies my not liking it. Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, that was
yep.
923?
Yeah.
Now, see, Bernheim 924 is a lot better. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
And it comes in at 120.4 proof.
Okay, 120.
Yeah, I
What
said
did we all guess on that?
I
I put
I'm
118.
sure Dan was on record as 115 to 120-ish.
Yeah.
Yep, I had that top three. I love a good Bernheim.
I have a comment.
All right,
but I
well then,
can't
good
say.
for you.
It's at number 4.
So glass 4. Okay.
All right.
Tracks.
In 5th place, sample number 1,
Oh,
44 points.
And
Baby
that's
Saz.
Sazerac.
Baby Saz.
You
I
got
knew that
it,
was
Mark.
coming.
I like me some baby Saz.
It's a
And
great bottle.
Hey, Kevin, there you go, man.
I know.
You can't
I
beat
won.
it for the price.
You said
Give
that
me
was
the full
sample
Saz
one.
though.
Yep, number 1, glass number 1 was Baby Saz.
Absolutely. All right.
All right.
In 4th place, glass number 3.
Oh, you guys are killing me with my favorites.
Yeah, I had it low.
Jim Beam single barrel.
Nailed it.
Oh,
Was that what it was?
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Let me take my tasting notes in number 3. Classic. No, I thought
So-
that was Blanton's Gold. Shit.
So glass number 3 was Jim Beam
That's
Sushiro.
super
Bottle
happy.
guesses. So
You can only get that in Kentucky now, though. It's my second favorite. Shit.
What, the Jim Beam single barrel?
Oh, I'm thinking of who am I thinking of? Evan Williams single barrel? No.
No,
Yeah.
so that is a really old bottle you've got there, Dan.
What's that?
It's
Thanks,
labeled
Kevin.
Jim Beam single
Yeah.
barrel.
Oh yeah. I have no idea where all my whiskey's at.
how many points is on that one?
In 3rd place.
All right.
Well, that was 108 proof. In
108.
3rd place, we have sample number 2 with a
Two,
total of
whatever.
32 points. Does anyone want to make any guesses?
Glass number 2, 3rd.
That's a Jim Beam product. What was the other Jim Beam?
OGD.
yeah,
glass number
Yeah.
114.
I think 2 and 5 are the same
Right.
distillery.
Blanton's Gold.
No. No way.
Heaven Hill
No.
No
Select.
way.
No, my
So
peanut
someone said
detector
it,
is
but
correct.
no one really authoritatively said it.
OGD.
It's OGD 114.
It's OGD, yes.
Number
Wait.
2 is
14 proof.
Hey, I had that as my second.
It was
I
my
had
third.
number 1.
I'm having
Yeah.
with that.
I
have
like it for
expensive
cocktails. I
taste.
apparently don't like it by itself.
See, so right now that is currently my wife and my's favorite daily pour. So, and that's my number 2. So I'll take that.
Hey,
Blanton's Gold is number 5, by the way.
It has
all right. Sample number 5 in
That makes
second
sense because it's my second to last.
is Blanton's Gold.
What number?
Number 5, you said it.
In second place, 30 points.
All right.
And
then
that leaves
bottle
us
6.
sample
That means
6
bottle 6 is Heaven Hill Select Stock.
in first place.
The
So
most expensive bottle. Or second most expensive bottle, right?
no, in this case, it is the most expensive bottle. So,
Yep.
Don, the select stock that you and Jason had in your blind flight, you used the last of it in that flight. So this one came out of my cellar.
Oh, we appreciate you.
And you should not be sad. And I will pour you off a sample of it. And the other Dan, because you loved it, I will also pour you off a sample of it.
Thank you very much.
This is a
Wait,
14-year
it was my favorite too.
This is a 14-year expression of the Bernheim barrel proof.
Yeah, I was gonna
Whoa.
say, I thought so.
There's no way.
Yes,
I guess that's why I put the 2 barrel height. That makes sense.
at 135.8 proof.
I know what I like.
We have the least favorite and the most favorite are from the same match.
Mash bill.
Isn't that awesome?
Did you say it's 135 proof?
135.8 proof.
It doesn't taste, doesn't drink
14
anymore.
It
years.
does not drink like that.
It is a 14-year Bernheim barrel proof.
I'm glad to know that my distaste for Bernheim held up even in.
Yes, I agree with you 100%. 100%.
And I'm glad to know that my love for Bernheim at Heaven Hill held up.
Well, I'm
So,
gonna
Will, what
go
was the
through
proof
all
on
my,
the-
inventory and bring it to Don. I mean,
Yeah, I'll buy it. Bring it to me. Let me know
Oh,
what you
back it
got.
up,
Larceny
Dan.
and Bernheim. I want it all.
I'm just glad it beat out Blanton's gold.
Yeah, aren't we
Barely,
all?
I'm also
though.
thankful for that.
I didn't help.
What was-
I didn't help.
You know what's
What
funny
was
to
the-
me is that all that Blanton's gold beat out was Sazerac. Baby Saz.
Jason, you've got a
Blanton's
question.
Gold came in second, didn't it?
No, it came in
What was
second.
the proof on
Yeah.
Blanton's gold?
Yeah, I'm confused.
It's 103.
103.
Blanton's Gold beat everything out but the Heavens.
Oh no, on my list. I mean, on
Okay.
my personal list.
Well, this has been fantastically fun, and I'm looking forward to hopefully putting some together for next year.
Yes.
We'll probably get a poll going right after the first of the year to kind of figure out if there are any themes that everyone's looking forward to. Obviously, this was the single distillery series, and in March we tend to do a bottled and bond bracket. And I would love to repeat that again for this year. But there's 12 months in the year, and obviously in the summertime everyone travels and gets away. So I would say we've got, I don't know, say 4 other months that we need to figure out a theme to put together. And whether it's old versus young, I know we've done that in the past, and it was great fun. Where we put together a flight where we had younger and older versions of the same
I
product,
remember that. That was a good
Yep.
one.
and it went over really well. And I think we kind of saw that today here with the Bernheim B923 and the select stock that's the Bernheim mash bill, but twice as old.
Yeah.
Gross. My two least
So
favorites.
hopefully we
Tracks.
can get some more participation. It was great to have a screen full of folks again tonight.
Yeah,
Yeah.
thanks everybody for showing up. I mean, when I saw that there was only one left, I was like, "Oh shit, I better get on." And so,
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
Sorry I was running late tonight. Thank you for kind of dealing with that.
Hey, you
Yep.
got it at the buzzer.
Yep.
yep. And Dave says thanks for letting him be included.
Yeah.
All right.
Who?
Dave,
Who's
my
Dave?
nocturnal bird of wisdom.
oh, I was like, I was checking chat. I was so confused. I was like, "Oh, there's somebody in chat." What's going
I
on?
wanted to comment so bad on the owl because I got the deer behind me. I was like, I thought it was illegal to kill owls.
He's my closest advisor. Yeah.
Who? Who?
How
Who?
many licks to get to the center? Never mind.
Three.
Three.
1, 2, crunch.
Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
All right, cheers,
Cheers. I'll be drinking this.
Have a
cheers,
great night.
guys.
Have a good night.
Bye.